Hey friends, Casey Ashmore coming to you from the studio today. It's great to be back in the studio. And we're talking some more about wills and estate planning. But like we have kicked off all of our videos for the last several months, we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the challenges that our great nation is facing. And that is, of course, the unending economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic. We are praying that our friends, countrymen, people around the world, neighbors, are able to get back to work soon, get back to normalcy soon, and provide for their families. And we also would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the challenges that our nation is facing in light of the tragic death of Mr. Floyd in Minnesota. And I know that as a nation, we need to come together with healing and unity. And I'm reminded of the motto of our great country, which is out of many, we are one. And I truly believe that, and I know most of the people who watch this video series do as well, that our country was founded on the principles that we need to live up to the rhetoric of our own American Revolution, that we are all created equal under God. So we're doing a little bit of a redo, a retouch on the issues of estate planning, powers of attorney, etc. So one thing that jumped out in my mind this week, there's a category, hurricane off the Gulf Coast of the state of Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi. And you may not have enough time to get your affairs in order. You may not have enough time to get all of the things that you need to do to make sure that your family is cared for if something tragic or terrible were to happen to you. So what do you do if you can't? There's a category 4 hurricane off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. What is your next step? You can't get a hold of your lawyer because he's already evacuated. You can't get a hold of your financial planner. He's already evacuated. So at a minimum, you can do in Texas what's called a holographic will, which is, I want you to think Lonesome Dove. You've got a piece of paper and a pen, and you write last will and testament, and you set out your last wishes and directives, any gifts to heirs, all of your real property or mixed personal or separate property, and who you want it left to, your spouse, your surviving spouse, your children if your spouse does not survive you, if you're no longer married or widowed, to your surviving children, what have you, any special gifts that you may want to make. If you've got a family Bible that you want to leave to somebody, if you have if you've got grandmother's Holocaust ring, you want to leave that to your granddaughter, whatever that gift may be, you can make that in your holographic will, sign it in ink in your own hand, and make sure you print your name. And at a minimum, a holographic will is better than no will. It's not a perfect solution. The court still has to take notice of it and acknowledge, and your family will be faced with the challenge of proving that that is in fact your handwriting and your signature. However, the presumption in Texas is that there is a will, and therefore your holographic will is better than no will, and it will help your family through the probate process. It will not avoid probate. You still have to probate a holographic will just like you have to probate any other will. But it is, in fact, better than nothing. And it will protect some of your assets from the intestate probate process, which is, a dependent administration where the court supervises all the actions and appoints all the people and thereby, controls. And because of that, there's going to be attorney's fees and other fees and legal costs that are going to diminish the distribution of those assets. They're not going to pass in exactly the way you wish. And that's what's beneficial about a holographic will or a handwritten will, that in the state of Texas, at least your wishes have a shot at being acknowledged and recognized by the court. So not a perfect solution, but in a jam, it'll do. So anyway, just a reminder, again, get your documents in order. It is time consuming. It's troubling to think about our ultimate eventual end, but it's absolutely worthwhile to leave a roadmap for your family when they need you the most. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a question or comment, and I'll get back to them in a subsequent video series, direct message back to you, or both. Thanks again. God bless America.